Alright, I just want to give you a quick overview for this particular lab. So we're looking at jrPro-Code12a utilizing files, and we look at the objectives here. So in the program, what we're going to need to do is to complete some of the functions I've outlined for you. So you're going to have a myFilePrint and myFileAdd. So the myFilePrint is going to display the contents of the cars.txt, and we want to prefix each line with a line number. So this is basically what the output would look like. The data file for this is not going to include the line numbers. So when you do the output, you're going to include the line numbers. So when I open up the cars.txt file, now it does look like we have line numbers here, but this is just the editor that's just showing you that these are line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which don't correspond to the actual lines here. So this is different. You need to generate the piece of code that's going to create the 1, 2, 3, 4 with the parentheses. Again, this is basically how the editor is identifying each specific line. And the next thing then you're going to do is you're going to create another function called myFileAdd, and this is what the system's going to do. So we're going to enter a year. Let's say we have a 2000 Chevy, I don't know, Corvette, and mileage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now basically what the system did is now added the information, and what we're doing then is displaying the files with the outputted info. So if we look at cars.txt, you've seen that we have a new line that was entered here, which was line number 6. And when you see the output, because there was a slight error in my demonstration here, there was already a new line here for line number 5. So that's basically how that printed out. There was just nothing there. It was just a blank line that was created. So let's take a look at the code that you're going to be doing. So we're going to make sure that your functions are complete. You're going to add basically additional comments to your code. Again, this is just a sample of the text file for the cars.txt. Then you have some additional information about the challenge code. Prompt the user if they want to add another car. Display of how many entries that they've added. Challenge code plus here. What we're looking to do is create the appropriate syntax to see if the file does exist. And let's go ahead and take a look at the code in terms of how I got things outlined. So again, you want to make sure that you include your name. You want to basically, for the first part, let me scroll up here, myFilePrint. So here's myFilePrint. You're going to write the code to open up the file and then include the line numbers as it's reading each individual line. So again, you need to refer to the 5-minute code lab that you've done earlier to take a look to see how that is done. And then you're going to do another function here in terms of adding. So in this particular area, what you're going to do is you're going to complete the code to basically prompt the user to add the year, make, and model. And then you're going to basically save or append the data file that you've created, or the input that the user has entered, to the cars.txt file. In the main function, I have the message headers for each of the components here. So for example, in the output, these are the message headers I already outlined. And then what you're going to do then is you're going to fill in the blanks in terms of calling the function. So there's basically 3 different call statements you're going to modify and create for that. All right, and that's about it for this particular lab. So again, you want to review the 5-minute codes because they pretty much give you the concepts and the answers of what you need to do and add the code here.